Hi, in this video we will learn some concepts in SAP FICO. Out of that we will start with terms of payment. So in SAP, terms of payment is also called as payment terms. Payment terms define the conditions under which payment should be made for invoices. These terms specify when and how a company expects to receive payment from its customers or when it needs to make payments to its vendors. The payment terms determines the due dates, discounts and other conditions surrounding payment. So in simple terms, payment terms means the credit terms which is agreed between the business partners for the payment of invoices. For example, if we take an example, whenever we sell the goods to customers, customers will not pay the amount as soon as we give the invoice. They will ask some credit period for which payment needs to be made. For example, in regular businesses, in most of the businesses, credit terms will be 30 days, 60 days or 90 days. More than 90 days, there will be no credit terms in normal businesses, most of the businesses. If the trustworthiness of the customer is more, we can give more credit period. So we'll understand what is trustworthiness. Trustworthiness means we can trust the customer that we can receive the payment from him. The time period of the credit is called as credit period. That means in our case, while we give the credit period to the customer, whether it is 60 days or 90 days or 30 days, this days is called as credit period. That means whenever we sell the goods from the date of invoice till the payment is made, this period is called as credit period. So customers will pay even after the due date, or some customers will be there who will pay before the due date. Now let us understand with an example. So there are some key elements related to terms of payments in SAP FICO. First we will understand what is the terms which are used in terms of payment. The first one is due date. Due date is the date by which the payment must be made. In our example, if we give credit period of 30 days, on 30th day, this invoice will become due. So that customer need to pay us on 30th day the amount which is there in the invoice. And the next one is payment period. That means payment period specifies the number of days after the invoice date or the delivery date by which the payment is due. And the next is cash discount. Cash discount, if applicable, this defines the discount percentage that is offered if payment is made before a certain day. And the base date for calculation. This is the date from which the due date is calculated. Typically, it will be invoice date or posting date or goods receipt date. Now we have spoke about due date. The payment period means this specifies the number of days after the invoice date. That means the credit period is called as payment period. This 30 days is called as payment period, or it is also called as credit period. And there is a term called cash discount in terms of payment. That means, for example, we have given 30 days credit to the customer. When we have asked him, okay, you can be as a the invoice can be as an open item till 30 days. Till 30 days we have given him the permission, you cannot pay. If you want to pay, you can pay, but there is an option, you can pay after 30 days. If the customer pays before the 30th day, if he pays just within 10 days, we'll give some cash discount. Okay, if you pay before the due date itself, that means before 30 days on any day, we will give some credit cash discount terms. That if he pays, for example, if he pays before 10 days, within 10 days, we'll give him 5% of the invoice as a cash discount. Or if he pays within 20 days, from 10th day till 20th day, if he pays between these days, he can claim a cash discount of up to 2%. As the date increases, when the days increases, the discount will also get decreased. It is like opposite direction. When days increase, discount will get decreased. And there is a base date for calculation. This means from which date we need to calculate the due date. For example, the invoice date is on 1st of January, but we have posted the transaction on 2nd of February. This is called posting date. So from which date we need to calculate the due date, whether it is from 1st January invoice date, or should it be from the posting date, that is 2nd February. From which date we need to calculate the 30 days. We can also give this also in terms of payment. And the next is how payment terms are used in SAP. For customer accounts, when creating or updating a customer master record, you can assign a default set of payment terms which will be applied to invoices and billing documents. And for vendor accounts, similarly, payment terms are assigned to vendor master records to manage how and when the company will pay suppliers. For example, 30 days is the credit period. That means payment is due 30 days after the invoice date, if we have selected the baseline date as invoice date. And this is the conditions which we offer to the customer, or it will be vendor also. Even vendor we can offer us this. It will be like 2 days, 2%, 10 days, net 30 days. That means the meaning of this is a 2% discount is offered if the payment is made within 10 days. Otherwise, the full payment is due in 30 days. In simple words, for customer accounts, if we see here in the first paragraph, when creating or updating a customer master record, when we are creating a customer account in BP, transaction code BP, we will assign a default set of payment terms, because for every customer we will be giving a separate payment terms. For example, one customer is very good customer and he pays within the due date itself, or before the due date, or on the due date. For him, we might give the credit period more because he is trustworthy. He is paying within the time. For him, there will be a separate payment terms can be created. And there is a customer also who doesn't pay on the due date. Every time he will pay after the due date. For this customer, for this type of customer, we will not give the credit period will not be more. We'll give him less than the good customer. Suppose the customer who pays early, will give him 60 days. But the customer who doesn't pay early, for him we might give only 30 days credit period, because anyhow he is going to pay after the due date. So based on the customer and his activities with our business, we will be creating a payment terms, a separate payment terms for those type of customers, and assigning it to customer account in the transaction code BP. Similarly, vendors also. There are few vendors who give more credit period, and there will be a vendor who give less credit period for us. Suppose we have purchased some goods from vendor A. Vendor A gives more credit period. Suppose he will say you can pay after 60 days, so that the credit period is more. Similarly, if we go to vendor B, he will not give 60 days. He might give only 30 days. By this, we can understand that there should be two types of payment terms, and these two different payment terms should be assigned to two different vendors as per the agreement which we have agreed upon with them. And next slide, for example, what will be the credit terms if we sell to the customer? Suppose the credit terms, there is a credit period 30 days in the contract which we have agreed with the customer. We have given 30 days credit to the customer. And we have also said that if you pay within 14 days, I will give 3% discount from the day 1 till 14th day. 3% is discount. 3% discount is given. If he pays before 20th day, from 14th day to 20th day, that means 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. These 5 days, the customer will be given 2% of the discount. If he pay after the 20th day, will give no discount. The net credit period is 30 days. You can see here. The credit period is 30 days. So from 20th day, if it is more than 20th day, if it is 21st also, we will not give him any of the discount, because on 30th day it is due, and we have also agreed upon the payment terms that we will not give any discount if you pay after the 20th day. Anyhow, on 30th day you should anyhow pay it. Even though if you pay in 30th day or 25th day or 21st day also, or the 31st day also, we will not give you any discount. You should pay total amount of the invoice. And the next is, suppose to customer P, the name customer name is P, we have sold goods worth 1000 on 1st January. And to customer Q also, the customer name is Q, we have sold goods worth 1000 on 1st January. Even to customer Q, we have sold for the same amount and on the same day. And for customer R also, we have sold goods worth 1000 on 1st January. For 3 customers PQR, we have sold 1000 goods worth for each customer on 1st January. And when did they pay? We have given the credit period of 30 days for customer P and customer Q and customer R. The credit period we have given for 3 customers 30 days only. That means from 1st January, the invoice is posted on 1st January, and the due date is also calculated from 1st January. From 1st January to 30 days. That means 30th January. But customer P pays 970 rupees on 14th January and gets 3% discount, that is 30 rupees. Even though the invoice is 1000 rupees, he have purchased from us the goods worth 1000 rupees, but he have not paid 1000 rupees. He have paid us only 970 rupees, because we have said him that if you pay within 14 days, I will give you 33% discount. So on 1000 rupees, 3% discount is 30 rupees. So now, even though if he have purchased 1000 rupees of the goods, he have got the advantage of cash discount by paying it early. And customer Q. Customer Q pays us 980 rupees on 20th January. Here, even though if he have purchased goods worth 1000 rupees, he pays only 980 rupees on 20th January and gets 2% discount, that is 20%. If you see here in the credit terms, if he pays within 20 days, 2% discount is given. So that is the reason to avail this discount, to get this advantage of the discount, he pays it before 20th day only. Even if he pays on 20th January also, he gets 2% of the discount, that is 20 rupees. On 1000 rupees, 2% is 20. So he is in gain. Customer Q have gained 20 rupees, but it is an expense for us. That is not an issue. because there are some management formulas and there are some statistics where even though we have paid it, we can be in a profit, even though if we have given the cash discount. And then the customer R pays 1000 rupees. He have purchased goods 1000 and he have paid 1000 because he have paid it on the due date, that is 30th January, and gets no discount because we have said only up to 20th day there is a discount. After 20th day, when on any day if you pay after the 20th day, there will be no discount. R have not availed the discount because he have paid it after the 20th day. So by this we can understand that terms of payment are the conditions agreed between the business partners for the payment of invoices. So due date is also calculated based on the invoice date or posting date, whichever we have given in the payment terms configurations. In the future coming steps, we will do the terms of payment configurations. There I will show you where is the baseline date, how it is selected. So this is all about payment terms. Now we will go into configurations. Go to SAP. In SAP, from SAP Easy Access, go to SPRO and click enter. Click on SAP reference IMG. Go to financial accounting, accounts receivables and accounts payables, business transactions. Here we have incoming invoices or credit memos. Under incoming invoices and credit memos, we have maintain terms of payment. The T code for this is, we can see it in maintenance object. In maintenance object, if we activate the maintenance object, we can see that for maintain terms of payment, the transaction code is OBB8. We can also use the transaction code. Now execute this for maintain terms of payment. Here, if you see, you double click on this. So this is the default payment term given by SAP, that is 0003. Here, if you go to percentage, 3% is given for the number of days 14. In the same example, in our example, I have also given the same terms of payment because we can now understand easily. That means if the customer pays within 14 days, he will get a 3% discountage. If he pays within 20 days, he will get 2% discount. And here for 30 days, there is no discount because this is due date. 30 is the due date. And now for default baseline date, from which date we need to calculate this 14 days, 20 days, 30 days. From the document date, not the posting date or entry date. We need to calculate from the document date. Document date is nothing but the invoice date. So from here, if you can see, this payment terms can be used for suppliers as well as customers. This is the account type. This payment terms can be used for supplier as well as customer. Now go back. We can also give the same settings in our example which we have discussed. We can give the payment terms by select this payment terms and click on copy as, and give the payment terms as 222. Because our company code is 222, I have given the payment terms as 222. so that all the settings will get copied. Here there is no need of changing any of the conditions because we'll be using the same conditions. And now click on copy. So number of copied entries is 1. 222 is been copied. Click on save. Now click on continue. Now the data is saved. Now you can see that even 222 payment terms have also the same conditions as 0003. This is the configuration how we maintain payment terms. Now there are few more configurations which needs to be done to post the transactions by using payment terms. We need to create few of the GL accounts for cash discount because in payment terms we have already said we will give you a cash discount if you pay within 14 days, and if you pay within 20 days there is another discount. So to post this discount amounts we need to create a GL account. To create a GL account, go to SAP Easy Access screen. Here go to accounting. In accounting go to financial accounting, general ledger, master data, master records, GL accounts, individual processing. Here we have FS00. Double click on this. Now click on create. Before creating, just see what are the GL accounts are there, because this GL account numbers cannot be used again. We need to use the GL account number which is not there here under each account group. So now click on create. I'll give the GL account number as 400004 and click enter. In type or description, select it as non-operating expense or income. In account group field, select expenses and give the short text as cash discount granted. In the GL account long text also give cash discount granted. Cash discount granted is an expense for us because we said that we will give you 2% discount if you pay within 20 days. So in our example here, if you see the credit terms, 20 days is there. If he pays within 20 days, 2% discount I'll give, he said. So customer Q pays on 20th January and gets 2% discount. Even though if he have purchased 1000 rupees, he paid only 980 rupees. So 20 rupees is a loss for us. So that is an expense. That is the reason I have created expense GL account. This is expense account group. And go to control data. Scroll down. Select the sort key as 001, that is for posting date. Go to create bank or interest. Select the field status group as G001, that is used for general. After giving all these details, click on save. Now you can see that cash discount granted is been created with the GL account number 400004 under the expense account group, because we have given in type or description account group is expense. And now in the same way, when we pay to the vendors, we purchase some goods from vendors. When we purchased some goods, even vendor will give us credit period, and if we pay within the credit period, we will also get some cash discount. So that is an income for us. We have purchased 1000 rupees worth of goods, but we have paid only 980 rupees. Means 20 rupees a gain for me. It is an income. We are in profit. So for that also we need to create a separate GL account called as cash discount taken. This is the GL account 400004 is cash discount granted. Now we are going to create a cash discount taken. To create, first go to incomes and see which account is not there, which GL account is not there. We cannot use 300000 or 300002. Now click on create. Give the GL account number as 300004 and click on continue and select the GL account type as non-operating expense or income, and the account group should be income because this is an income for us. We have purchased 1000 worth of goods but we have paid only 980. 20 rupees is an income because we have paid it before the credit period. And give the short text as cash discount taken and the GL account long text as cash discount taken. And now go to control data. Here scroll down, give the short key as 001 so that the documents which are been posted to this account, that is 300004, all the line items will be in a sort order of posting date. Whenever we post the transaction, for example, yesterday we have posted one transaction, that is on 2nd of March. So that document will be in first line, and the document which is posted today, that is 3rd of March, will be in the second line just below the transaction of yesterday's. So select posting date in the sort key and go to create bank or interest. Select the field status group. As this is an income, we cannot select G001. There is a separate field status group for revenue, that is G029, revenue accounts. Select this, double click on this to select, and now after giving the details, all the details, click on save. All the details means only the details which I have given. So now you can see that under expenses 400004 is created as a cash discount granted, and under incomes account group 300004 is created as cash discount taken. And now there are some configurations which needs to be done, where we will assign these GL accounts which we have created to the chart of accounts for payments. To do that, go to SAP Easy Access screen. From SAP Easy Access screen, go to SPRO and click enter. Go to SAP Reference IMG. Go to Financial Accounting, Accounts Receivable and Accounts Payables, Business Transactions, Incoming Payments. Here we have incoming payments for global settings. Expand this node. Here we have define accounts for cash discount granted. Execute this. The transaction code for this is OBXI. Activate the maintenance object to see the transaction code. Here we can see that OBXI for this screen, that is define accounts for cash discount granted. Execute this. Give your chart of accounts and click on continue. Here don't change anything and just click on save. Now a screen will appear where you need to give the account. Click on start search. Give the company code and click on start search. Select the GL account for cash discount granted. Double click on this. 400004 is the GL account number and click on save. Now click on continue to save the transport request. Changes have been saved. And now go back. Now in the same way how we have done for cash discount granted, we need to do the same way for cash discount taken. This is the expense which we have just done, that is granted, and now we are doing it for income. To do that, close incoming payments. In business transactions, go to outgoing payments. In the before step we went to incoming payments, now we are going into outgoing payments. Expand the node and expand the node for outgoing payments, global settings. And here we have a screen called define accounts for cash discounts taken. The transaction code for this screen is OBXU and the screen name is define accounts for cash discount taken. Execute this. Give your chart of accounts and click on continue. Don't change anything here and just click on save. In account assignment, under account field, click on start search. Give your company code and click on start search. Here select the GL account for cash discount taken. The GL account number is 300004. Double click on this GL account, that is cash discount taken, and just click save. Save option is right bottom of the screen. And now click on save for saving the transport request. And this is all about the configurations, and I want to show you and explain you few of the concepts in payment terms. Go back, close all the notes, in SPRO display IMG screen, go to financial accounting, accounts receivables and accounts payables, business transactions, outgoing invoices or credit memos. Here you have maintain terms of payment. Execute this. We have already created a payment terms, that is 222. Give 222 by clicking on, if you scroll down you will find a position. Click on position and give the payment terms 222 and click on continue. Here double click on this payment term 222. So here if you see here, the payment terms name is 222. In the short text we need to give as 222 30 days due. After giving sales text, just click enter. and scroll down, and here if you see the day limit 0, this means this is the particular day of the month until which this payment terms are valid. Until this day the payment terms are valid. This payment terms, the payment terms 222. And here in baseline date calculation we have fixed day as well as additional months, and in account type we have customers as well as supplier. If we check this box of customer, this payment terms can be used for customers also. We can assign this payment terms to any of the customer account in BP master data. And if we check this box for supplier, we can use this payment terms even for supplier. Whenever we create a supplier or when we change the supplier details, we can assign this payment terms to the supplier. So this payment terms can be used for supplier as well as customer. And if we come to baseline date calculation, here is the baseline date calculation. We have fixed day as well as additional months. What is fixed day? If we give any fixed day in the month, we have 30 days in a month. So this field calculates the baseline date as a fixed day in a month as given here. And in additional months, this field adds the month. That is, if we give 1 month, it will add 30 days. If we give 1, it will add 30 days to the invoices posted for calculating baseline date. This is about baseline date calculation, fixed day and additional month. For example, if we give 15 days here and give the additional month 1, baseline date will be 15th of the next month. From there, the baseline date calculation starts. For example, here we have 30 days as a due date. 30 days credit period we are giving to the customer or supplier. And this 30 days will be started from the next month 15th date. Suppose this is March month. We are, suppose example, assume that we are in 1st March. And the baseline date will be starting from April 15th, because 30 days is added because we have given 1 year, and 15 days will be added in the next month. So 30 days plus 15, total 45 days, it becomes April 15th. From April 15th, system calculates 30 days. So from April 15th to May 15th will be the credit period. So an invoice becomes due on May 15th. So this is how baseline date calculation is used in fixed day as and additional months. And the next is payment block method, payment block or payment method default. Here we have block key as well as payment method. What is block key? If you give A here, you have A blocked for payment. So if you give A and check this box, SAP will block all the invoices which has selected for this payment term. That means if we select the block key and assign this payment term to the customer, all the invoices will get blocked which are selected for this payment term. And payment method. Payment method is like whether you are paying it through NEFT or RTGS will be picked up from here for this payment terms other than the customers or vendor master. Even though if we have selected in customer or vendor master payment method separately in a different field, system will not pick that payment method. For example, in vendor master under payment method field we have selected NEFT transfer, but here we have selected RTGS. System will not select a NEFT. as we have given in vendor master. It will select RTGS only because it is already assigned in payment terms. What payment method is selected in payment terms will get selected to do the payment or to receive the payment. And next is default for baseline date. This is what is the default baseline date. If we have in baseline date calculation, if we have given here, it will take this. If we don't give this and select this, whether it should be no default or document date or posting date or entry date, system will calculate the credit period from the posting date. If we give posting date radio symbol, if we activate radio symbol for posting date, baseline date will be starting from posting date. If we give document date, the baseline date to calculate the due date, it will be starting from the document date. For example, the document date is on 1st March. System will calculate 30 days from 1st March and the due date will be on 30th March. And what is no default? If you give no default, if you check this radio symbol for no default, system allows user to enter baseline date manually. Whenever we post the transaction, we need to give the baseline date manually. Whether it is 1st or 2nd or 3rd, 4th, any date on the month, you need to give it there. System will not take automatically. You need to manually give. If you select no default option here to calculate the due dates. And the next is payment terms. Under payment terms, we have install payments. If we check this box, for installment payments, the system will break the invoice line items into different due dates. Suppose, for example, we have 10,000 invoice to be received. We have sold worth goods of 10,000. System will make installment payments like EMI payments. It will make 5,000 once and 5,000 once, or 2,500 or 2,500 as per the configurations which we will give. So check this box only if you want to break the invoice amount into multiple parts. And here we have another field called as recurring entries supplement for master from master. So if you check this box, system picks this payment term, that is 222 payment term, if not found in line item for recurring entries. So whenever we post the recurring entries, I'll tell you what is recurring entries now, but in the future coming videos we will do recurring entries also. Recurring entries means the entries which are to be posted every month in a periodic basis. For example, salaries. We need to pay salaries every month. So this is a recurring entry. Or rent. We need to pay rent every month. So for this recurring entry, if you check this box for recurring entry supplement from master data, system picks up this payment terms, that is 222 payment terms, if not found in line item for recurring entries. If there is no payment terms for recurring entries, system will pick up this payment terms. And the next, here we have term, that is percentage. This is term and percentage and number of days. Percentage, as I have said you, if you pay within 14 days, 3% will be given as a cash discount. If you pay within 20 days, 2% cash discount will be given. And here you have OR symbol. That means if you don't give number of days and if you give fixed days, that means if number of days is used, we cannot use fixed day function. If this is used, this cannot be used. And if number of days is used, we cannot use additional months function also. This additional day and fixed day I have explained you here, baseline date calculation. So this is the baseline date to calculate the due date, and here we will give the percentage for this fixed day or additional months. For example, if I don't give the days here, we'll remove the days from here, and I'll give the fixed day as 31 and 15. Additional months I'll give 1. So this means this configuration, the example for this is, what is the meaning for this is 5%, this 3% discount will be allowed if payment is made on any day in the same month. That means 31 days. And 2% discount is given if payment is made before 15th of the next month. Giving months here in the one, giving months adds the calendar months or 30 days to the baseline date for calculating due date. For example, we take 3% discount. We have given 31 days. Suppose we have posted a customer invoice. We have sold goods worth 10,000 rupees to customer on 1st February, or we till 1st January. We have sold goods worth 1,000 rupees to a customer on 1st January. So if I give 31 days here, even if he pays on any day in the month, in January month, whether he pays on the 10th January or 15th January or 30th January or 2nd January, or it might be 29th January, any day in the January month, he will get 3% discount. This is the meaning of 31 giving in a fixed day for 3% discount. If you give any number of days here, this will not work. As here we have an OR symbol, we need to use number of days here or fixed day here. Whether this column should be used, fixed day column, or the number of days column. So this is all about 3% and 31 days fixed. And here I have given 2% discount for 15 days or 1 month. Here 15 days plus 1 month additional months. That means 2% will be given to the customer if the payment is made within 15th of the next month. Suppose you have sold goods worth 1000 rupees to customer on any day in the January. You have sold goods worth 1000 rupees to customer on any day of the January, whether it might be 2nd January, 5th January, 29th January, or you sold the goods on 31st January also. System will give the 2% discount if he pays before 15th of the next month. That is 30 days plus 15 days. So 45 days from next month, adding from next month. So till February, March 15th, till March 15th, you have sold goods worth 1000 rupees on 29th January, but system will take the due date as March 15th for this 2% discount. Even if he pays on 1st March or 15th February or 20th February or on 15th March also, on any day from 1st February to 15th March, system will allow 2% discount. So this is how we will use fixed day and additional months and number of days. Number of days I have said you, if we have given the number of days here as 14 and 20, that means that, just a minute, I'll remove this. So here 14, 20, 30 indicates that if the invoice is paid within 14 days from the date of document date. Here you can see the default document date, default baseline date as document date. From the document date within 14 days, if he pays, 3% cash discount is given. Or if he pays from the baseline date, that is document date, before 20th day from the baseline date, he'll get a discount of 2%. And 30 days is due. From document date, the invoice become due on 30th day. After 30th day, it will become overdue. On 30th day, he should anyhow needs to pay. That is his obligation. This is all about payment terms, the other fields. So now I am not saving anything, because just to make you understand, I am just making the configurations. And now we will update this payment terms to the supplier or vendor. Supplier is also known as vendor. To do the configuration, go to the transaction code BP. Give the transaction code BP and click enter. Select here supplier number and select the supplier number field and click on search. Give the company code and click on start search. Double click on vendor. Click on start. Double click on this vendor. And now click on switch between display and change. Click on yes. And now in change in BP role field, select FLVN00 standard, that is for supplier financial accounting. Select this. Click on yes. Now click on company code. Go to vendor transactions. Here you'll have vendor transactions, vendor payment transactions. Here you have terms of payment. In terms of payment, if you search, you can find the payment terms which we have created, that is 222. Double click on this 222. This payment terms will get allocated to this vendor. Vendor number is 37700 000 311 700 311, and click on save. And now we will update the same payment terms for customer master also. To do that, go to BP, transaction code BP in type the transaction code BP in command bar and click enter. Select here by customer number, and in customer number field, click on start search. Give the company code and click on start search. Double click on customer and click on start. Here we can see the business partner, that is customer. Double click on this. Now click on switch between display and change. Here the field should be change in VP role. Here select this field and select FLCU00. The technical name for financial accounting customer is FLCU00. Customer financial accounting maintained. Select this field and click on company code. Here we have customer payment transactions. Select this tab. Now this tab is activated. To activate this tab, select this just by clicking one click. Give the payment terms here. I'll give the payment terms which I have created, that is 222. Scroll down, you will find the payment terms 222. Double click on this and click on save. Changes has been saved. Now we will post a backdated customer invoice because we need to calculate the due date. The due date should be before today's date. That is the reason I have said posting a backdated customer invoice. To do this transaction, go to SAP Easy Access screen. In accounting, go to financial accounting. Further into accounts receivables, document entry. Here we have FB70. Double click on this. Select the company code. Here already my company code is selected. If not, click on company code in the top of the screen and select the company code. Now in customer field, select the customer by clicking on search. Select customers by company code and give your company code and click on start search. Double click on customer and give the invoice date like a 3 weeks back. That means more than 20 days. As today's date is 4th of March, I'll give a 3 weeks back. So 11th of February 2024. And give the posting date same as above in invoice date, that is 11th of February 2024. In posting date, give February 2025. So as this is the year of 2025, now today's date, my date on today's date is 4th of March. So I have given 3 weeks back as 11th February 2025, and now I am giving the amount as 10,000. In line item, we have GL account field. Select the GL account field and click on start search. Here select the GL account number in company code and give the company code 222, your company code, and click on start search. Select the sales, that is 300,000, and give the amount in document currency as 10,000. And now if you go to payment data, this is called header. I have shown you already in the previous videos that this is called the header data. All the details here will be related to all the GL accounts. These are all common for all GL accounts, even though the GL accounts here line items is different. If it is so many line items and separate GL accounts are there, but for all GL accounts, for all the line items, this header data is common for all the line items, even the payment also. Now go to payment tab. Now we are in basic data. In header data, go to payment and click enter. Here you can see that payment terms have already been selected because we have selected the payment terms for this customer. This customer in BP transaction code, we have selected payment terms 222. That is the reason as soon as we select this customer, this payment terms is been extracted. We can give separate payment terms for separate vendors. For each vendor we can give a separate payment terms also. So here we can see that if the invoice is paid within 14 days, 3% cash discount is made. That means out of 10,000, 3% will be given if he makes the payment within 14 days from the baseline date. This is baseline date. So what is 14 days? From 11th to 14 days. That means 21st to 25th. So if he makes the payment within 25th of February, he can earn 3% cash discount. This customer, we can earn 3% cash discount. Suppose he have paid within 20 days from baseline date. That means from 11th to next month, first. 11th to 21st 1 day, 10 days. 11th to 21st, 11th February to 21st February 10 days. From 21st February to 1st March it would be 10 days. Because in February there are only 28 days, we can make a round figure of 1st of March. The exact date will be 3rd March. If he makes within 20 days, that means before 3rd March if he makes, he will get a cash discount of 2% on the invoice amount, that is 10,000. And on 30th day from this baseline date, this invoice will become due. And now click on simulate and click on post. Now we can see that document 305 was posted in company code 222. Now if you go to FBL5N to see the customer line item display, in command bar type FBL5N and click enter. Give the customer account and select open items and click on execute. Here we can see that this invoice is been posted, that is 305. So the net due date is after this symbol indicates this is not due because 30 days have not yet come. Now today date is 4th March. So until 11th of March it will not become due. To see this, on which date it becomes due, go to change layout. Here you have change layout. Select this. Click on find button. Here is the find button. Type the name as in find field as net due date and click on continue. Here you can find the net due date. So select net due date symbol in the left line 1, which is under shown fields. This is hidden fields. So net due date is under hidden. Select this net due date. Before selecting, this has already been selected automatically because we have given in find. Here I have selected net due date so that this field will get here before this field. To display the hidden field, select this net due date field and click on show field, show selected fields. Now you can see that net due date field is also there. and now click on copy. Now you can see that net due date is on 13th of March, because in February there is only 28 days. Net due date is in 13th of March. So now we will post an incoming payment and avail the cash discount. For example, this customer have paid us before the due date itself. Maybe he is so good, or he wants to make use of the discount which we are giving. To post the invoice, open a new screen by clicking on Ctrl N. In SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting and Financial Accounting, Accounts Receivable, Document Entry. Here we have Incoming Payments, that is F-28. Double click on this. Give the document date as a 5 days before date. Now the date is 4th, so I'll give like 27th of February 2025, and posting date also I'll give as 27th of February 2025, and scroll down in bank data. These are all bank data. Here you can see the box for bank data. These are all the fields related to bank. So in account, select the bank, to which bank account you are receiving the payment. Select 200001 SBI Bank, and in amount column I'll give only 9800, even though the invoice is 10,000, because he is paying before the due date. He no needs to pay 10,000 rupees. He'll get a cash discount now. And give the account from which customer you are getting the payment of 9,000. Click on Start Search, double click on the customer, and click on Process Open Items in the top. Here is the Process Open Items field. Click on this field and click Enter. Now you can see that cash discount 200 is taken. The amount entered is 9800, assigned is 9800, and the invoice amount is 10,000. Cash discount is 200. 2% cash discount is taken. Even though he needs to pay 10,000 to us, the customer needs to pay 10,000 to us, he's paying only 9800 because of the credit terms which we have agreed upon by taking 2% cash discount from us. And now you can click on Document in the top of the screen and click on Simulate. Here you can see that cash discount granted 200, and the SBI bank account is getting debited by 9800. We are receiving 9800 rupees. As it is an asset is increasing, we need to debit it, so we are debiting it with the posting key 40. And again, posting key 40 is used when expense is also increased. As this is an expense, this is a loss for us, 200 rupees. So this is an expense. If expense increase, we need to debit it. We have debited, and customer account is been credited, because here asset is getting decreased. Customer was the asset. He needs to pay us amount. So he is an asset for us, but he is paying now. So the balance for him will get decreased. So when asset decrease, we need to credit it. We are crediting it with the posting key 15. You can see how it is debit and credit means beside this symbols, beside this amounts, there is no minus symbol. But beside 10,000, minus symbol is there. That means this is credit. If there is no symbol of minus behind or beside the amount, it means it is a debit. Now click on Post. So now the document 604 is posted. So this is how we will use the payment terms for customers.